I have an admission to make to you. I've not been public about this, but I'm going to now. I'm not a big fan of flowers. I know some people are. They have many flowers and plants in their house. Nothing personal. I'm just not so into them. And something happened in my life that may have led to this situation. You see, I got engaged. I was an older bachor. I was in yeshiva. And I was dating for many, many years. It took me a long time to find someone willing to put up with me, and I did eventually. And we got engaged. And my wife said, we're going to have an engagement party in this synagogue in Brooklyn. She goes, my mother wants you to do one thing, my present mother-in-law. She wants you to buy the centerpiece flowers. You know, they have a centerpiece, the flower thing. You have one job. That's it. Besides that, you can keep on learning. I was studying to be a rabbi. I was learning a lot. But please do not forget the centerpiece. It's going to be there. Do not forget it. I said, I got this. I got this. Don't worry. I'm all over it, like white on rice. Every time she speaks to me on the phone, did you order the centerpiece? Oh, no, I'm going to take it. Will you relax? I'm going to take care of it. Do not worry. It's 2 weeks for the engagement. 1 week. 3 days. The night before the engagement, I'm in my room with my friend, Gabriel, who's now a big rabbi in South Africa. We were both living together. And I had a sweat, thinking, I've forgotten something. I don't know what it is, but I've forgotten something, and I'm racking my mind. Suit, yeah. Shoes, yeah. Flowers! I didn't order the flowers the night before the engagement. Oh my God, how am I going to do this? So I grabbed a book, which the young people will not know. It was called The Yellow Pages. You know this book? Basically, it's Google, but on paper. And you had to know your alphabet, because you had to and let your fingers do the work, right? You had to go through and find it. And I got to F, and flowers. And I saw there was a number, 1-800 flowers or something like that. I said, I got this. I got this. I called them up. This is pre-cell phone on my regular phone with a little wire attached. And I said, you got to help me? It's my engagement tomorrow. I got to get flowers. Could you? They're like, sir, we got this. Do not worry. What's your budget? Budget? A budget? I don't know. $20? I said, I'm sorry? I said, $20? 25? I'm a yeshiva boy, what do I know? He was like, no problem, sir. We'll get you a centerpiece. You got no idea. The next day came. We're at the event. Everything is there. And I'm not even kidding you. My mother-in-law set out this table full of cakes and pastries and little plants. And in the middle was this big empty area awaiting the arrival of the centerpiece. The one job I had. This is a true story. I'm not removing anything from it. I'm waiting and waiting. My friends are dying. They cannot stop laughing. It's killing them. They're loving this because they know I'm in trouble. And my mother-in-law the whole time, she's a nice lady. She's like, oh, any idea when the flowers are coming? Any idea? Because we have a big empty thing. I'm said, I ordered it. It's coming. My wife, well, fiance at that point, she's like, I'm going to kill you if they don't. I said, they're coming. I ordered them. Do not worry. Eventually, this massive truck pulls up with flowers on the side. I'm like, thank you, Hashem. You saved my marriage before it even began. All my friends from the yeshiva come out to see the unveiling. The guy, I'm not kidding, he gets out of the truck. He pulls up the back. He goes in. He was in there for a long time. That should have been my first alert. He's rummaging around, and then we see him exit the vehicle holding what I can only describe as a flower. A Zoe. And my friend standing next to me, who's now a very successful therapist in Queens, screams out, "Presenting flower!" That was it. All my yeshiva, they're on the floor. They're loving this. I'm like, I am going to die on my engagement day. It's all over. My wife looks at me, and to this day, I see those eyes, I know I'm in trouble. They bring them in, they carry them inside. My mother-in-law is a lovely lady, puts it in the middle, and then shoves all the cakes so they surround this little boop sticking up in the middle of the table. Friends, there's actually a follow-up story. I wanted to make up to my in-laws what I did to them. So they invited me for Shabbat. It was Hanukkah, and that year Hanukkah coincided with, the non-Jewish holidays. I said, I'm going to make it up. I'm going to buy them a big, beautiful plant to make up for what I did, because my father-in-law is obsessed with flowers, orchids. Everything in the home is orchids. I bought him a big plant. I brought it in. I gave it to my future mother-in-law. We weren't married yet. And she looked at me and said, "Oh, okay." I was like, that's a strange response. And she put the flowers, the plant I bought, in the corner of the house. My future father-in-law came in, and he walked into the house. And he looks at the plant I brought and said, "Who brought this Christmas poinsettia into my house?" I don't know what to do. I just give up. I just don't buy flowers anymore. I don't buy plants. This is a thing that's not in my house. Friends, sometimes we're waiting, and we're waiting for a big miracle to come. And that's what we expect. We want miracles in Israel. And we want miracles in America. And we want miracles throughout the entire world. And we're waiting for the big stuff to happen. And people say, when's it going to come? And how's it going to come? When is my big plan going to come? But you know what? That's not how life works. There is a Mishnah in Pirkei Avot that tells us there were 10 miracles that happened every day in the Beit HaMikdash. The first one. The first Beit HaMikdash. The second one was a lower caliber in some respects, and this was one of them. 10 miracles. And I would have thought 10 miracle temple, what would it be? People who are sick get healed. People with no money become amazingly rich. Because that's what we want. We want all the big miracles. Someone who couldn't find a shidduch found their soulmate like that. But that's not the list of miracles that the Mishnah tells us. The list is that a woman, while the Beit HaMikdash was there, didn't miscarry. No fly was ever seen near the meat. There's a lot of meat and blood at the Beit HaMikdash. You want to think about it, that's what was happening there. And there was no flies, says the Mishnah. They're surrounded. The rain didn't extinguish the fire of the Mizbech on the temple. There was fires all the time. Ner Tamid. Wow, that's it? No great miracles? But that is a miracle. Sometimes the miracle in life is, my friends, and we have to remember this, is that things just go on okay. That we still have our jobs. That we're still getting dates, people to be with. We're not completely cut off. That we still wake up in the morning. There's so many amazing miracles that happen. They're not the big fancy showy ones. That light that we put in our window is a testament to a great miracle that happened a long time ago. But the fact we still put it in the window means that everything that we experience, even a little flame that we light ourselves, is miraculous. And that's how we have to look at it. That's what Hashem wants from us. Of course we want the big stuff. I want to win the lottery. That's what I want. Everyone does. Okay, we'll be different when we win it. But nobody here is going to win the lottery. I'm so sorry to reveal it to you. None of you are going to win the lottery. It's never going to happen. I know what you're thinking, but I'm different. It's not going to happen. Statistically, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to meet anyone who knows someone who wins the lottery. Mostly because I don't know anyone in Alabama. There's always some weird schmagegi in Alabama who wins the lottery, I hear. Maybe that's the reason. It just doesn't work that way. Miracles don't always have to be these amazing, incredible events that are life-changing.